Hey, you ever wonder why some people always seem to have money working for them while others work for money? It's like they've got this secret sauce that makes everything a little bit better. But I'll let you in on a secret. There's no magic, just a different way of looking at life, income, and what we do with it. My name is Professor Ori, and welcome back to One's Up. Let me tell you a story. Imagine you're a young adventurer and you've been walking through the desert for hours, and finally you find a well. You drink your fill, but now you've got a choice. Do you take some water and keep walking? Or do you stick around and learn how to dig your own well? Most people, they'll grab a few sips and move on. But the smart ones, they dig the well. That's the difference between just working for a paycheck and figuring out how to make that paycheck work for you long after you've earned it. I know that sounds like a motivational poster in your uncle's office, but stay with me, please. Let's talk about income, money coming in. Maybe it's from a job, a side hustle, or a business. Let's say you bring in $5,000 a month. Now, what most people do with that money is they immediately start paying out rent, car payments, Netflix, and the random subscriptions they forgot they signed up for. You know the drill. But what if we looked at that 5,000 differently? What if you didn't just think about it as spendable cash, but as potential? See, the first thing a lot of people do is lock themselves into obligations, rent, mortgage. Let's say that's $1,500 already. Then food, another $600 or less, perhaps. Car, $400. Insurance, $200. And sure, let's be honest, everyone needs a little fun. So let's say $300 for restaurants, streaming services, and all the other things, especially the occasional overpriced coffee, right? Now, if you're doing the math, you've already spent about $3,000, give or take. So what's left? Maybe $2,000, right? Here's where it gets interesting. That $2,000 is what most people call disposable income. But rich minds don't see it that way. They see it as investment income. And that's the big shift in thinking. Most people, they would think, cool, I've got $2,000 to blow on a vacation, a new gadget, or a car upgrade. But a smart person, a person building for the future, they see it as $2,000 that can make them more money. Remember our adventurer? Most people take their sip of water and walk away. They're satisfied with what they've got. But a savvy adventurer, they're staying. They're digging. They're making sure that that well is still flowing long after they've left the desert. Let's play with that $2,000. What if instead of spending it on short-term pleasure, you put half of it, just $1,000, into something that grows? Stocks, real estate, maybe even your own business. It doesn't have to be crazy, but here's the trick. Over time, that money grows while you sleep. It's like planting seeds. You don't have to see a forest overnight, but give it time, and one day you're looking at a full-grown oak tree. That's what investments do. They take time, but eventually they're standing tall, giving you shade, maybe even dropping acorns that grow into more trees. Some of you might be thinking, yeah, that's fine, but I'm young and I don't have enough to invest yet. I've got to live life, right? Well, absolutely, but I'm not saying live life like a monk and cut everything fun out, but you've got to enjoy yourself. Here's the thing though. If you prioritize some of that money for the future you, you're going to thank yourself later. And by the way, future you is closer than you think. You know what future you wants. Options, choices, a chance to live life that you want, not the life that you're stuck with because you didn't think ahead. Let's put it another way. You ever wonder why rich people don't freak out about something that breaks, like a car having trouble, or the AC goes out, or a large unexpected bill? It's not because they don't have expenses. It's because they've planned for it. They've built up a cushion, what we call assets, things that hold or increase in value over time, and they also pay you money. It could be real estate, it could be investments, it could even be a small business on the side. These are your wells. Every time you take a little bit of that income and invest it into an asset, you're digging a new well. And wells, my friend, they don't run dry as easily as that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. Now, let me hit you with another angle. Because it's not all about making more money. You've got responsibilities, bills, a roof over your head, maybe kids, a spouse, family members who rely on you. Being smart with money isn't just about you. It's about making sure the people that you love are taken care of too. Let me tell you something. There is no better feeling than knowing that you can provide for your family, not just today, but long into the future. Think about that. When you invest in assets, you're not building wealth just for yourself. You're building a safety net for the people you care about. You want an example? Let's say you've been putting $1,000 a month into investments for 10 years. At a decent return, that money starts growing faster than you might expect. And maybe that becomes your child's college fund. Maybe it's your cushion if you lose your job. Or maybe it's the down payment on a rental property that gives you passive income. And that's the kicker, friends. Passive income. The holy grail. Money that keeps coming in without you having to trade for it. That's the well you've been digging here. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about getting rich for good. It's about security, options, and freedom. Now, I know this all sounds big and heavy, but here's the deal. You don't have to start huge. You could just have to start, really. It could be it could be $100 a month. It could be 50. It could be 1,000, of course, if you've got that to be able to invest. And in fact, what you want to do is invest and have those investments pay you dividends so that you can pay your bills. But no matter what you start with, you're planting seeds. And those seeds grow over time. And what you're doing is shifting from consumer to creator. You're building something that will work for you. Let me leave you with this. Life is long, but it can feel short if you're always chasing the next paycheck. You want freedom. You want to live on your own terms. Start looking at every dollar like it's got a job to do then. That job is to build you more freedom. Not to pay bills, not to make the companies rich, not to pay all the debts down, not to pay the loans where you have fixed payment schedules early. Listen, hear me out. Assets are what you need to buy and build so that they can pay you dividends and equity and passive income. You use that money to build your savings and to pay your expenses. So every dollar has a job to do. And you pay yourself first. You don't pay these other people first. That job for the money is to build you more freedom, more options, and ultimately more life. So don't just take a sip from the well. Dig your own. Teach your kids how to dig theirs. And soon enough, you'll realize that you're not thirsty anymore. you're thriving. So I'll see you next time, and we'll go even deeper into how you can start making these wealths today. Stay curious, stay smart, and remember, your money is just a tool. You're the one with the power to use it right. I'm Professor Ori. Get your ones up and make some magic. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I invite you to check out this video next.